sure look. It's a big grand.
Well, how are all of you? For some reason, it felt like it's been an age since the last one, but it hasn't. Welcome back to Sure It'll Be Grand, a podcast of two Irish Egypts doing Irish Egypt things and Irish Egypt opinions. Am I Irish Egypt number one? Am I Irish Egypt number two?
I think it changes weekly. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was going to think, like, passport wise, I suppose you would be Irish Egypt number one because you received it before me.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I am a longer standing passport holder.
Of Irish passports. Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. My name is Dania. This is Owen, and today we're reviewing a movie which has been out for about a year now, but has come onto streaming services and is actually very popular at the moment. And that movie is Love and Monsters, which is obviously based on, I'm going to make the joke again just once more, okay? It's obviously based on the really wonderful Doctor Who episode of the same name. It's a terrible Doctor Who episode. Actually, interesting. I went into a shop the other day, and it's a shop I've been going to for a while. It's an art shop that's open during, this pandemic, which is fantastic to actually go somewhere. And the woman behind the counter says, "Oh yeah, you're into Doctor Who." He's like, "Oh yeah, she loved the classic Doctor Who." And said, "Oh, do you like modern Who as well?" And, yeah, I love David Tennant. I went, "Okay, yeah, cool. That's a common opinion. Fair play." And she said, "Yeah, I love the one like with the was it K? Was it in it?" And it's like, "Love and Monsters?" It's like, yeah, I love that. It's really creepy and interesting. And there's apparently like just seeing the library of like hate towards this episode, and there was this one person that said, "I love this episode." I went, "Oh, that's nice. Weird. Nice."
Yeah,
weird.
There's always one. Everything will always have a fan somewhere, right?
Yeah. And I'm more of a fan of this movie than I am of that episode. The movie director was Michael Matthews. He has not done a lot of movies. I looked on his IMDb page, only about 5 movies, but he's acclaimed for a movie called Five Fingers of Messiah. I think it is Marseille, and it's a contemporary western. Marseille, okay.
The French
it's a contemporary
place.
Okay. Ooh la la.
All right.
It's a contemporary western set in rural South Africa, and like, I'm not even a western fan, but that sounds class. Like, that sounds really interesting. Not written many other movies. There's a few others, but so Conan's writers, Brian DeField, he's a writer and producer. He's written Love and Monsters, Underwater, and the Divergent series, Insurgent.
Ooh, huge hits they were. Massive. You don't remember Divergent?
I remember a lot of people.
Convergent? Resurgent? No, the rest of them weren't. They all ended in Junt, but they weren't called.
Yeah.
Maybe one was called Resurgent. I can't remember.
See, this was one of those movies that you
Miles
watched.
Teller, young adult post-apocalyptic teenage thing where society had devolved for some reason, and now everybody was like
in mazes.
No, that's the Maze Runner who started.
Oh, sorry.
The Maze Runner is Dylan O'Brien, who's in this actually.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
No, Divergence was like society was all like divided up into like really specific groups.
Oh, like the scientific-minded people and
basically like kids like all took like tests when they were like 11, and the result of that test decided what group of society they were placed in forever. And they'd be like, if they were like a science person, a worker, a farmer, or that kind of shit. And then Shailene Woodley is divergent, and she doesn't fit any of the categories specifically, or some fucking thing. I don't know. Stupid. It got
that doesn't sound
movies.
at all like that doesn't sound at all like a really heavy-handed metaphor. At least it doesn't.
No, not at all.
No.
I think it came too late. Honestly, it's like during that period where there was like a shit ton of YA post-apocalyptic franchises, like the Hunger Games and all that was coming out. Divergent came like at the tail end of it, and the first one did well, the second one didn't do great, and then I think like there was talks of ending it with a TV show rather than a film or some fucking shit. I don't even know if they ended it in the end, but they weren't great. The books were terrible too.
Like, for example, the Maze Runner and Divergent series in my head were like, oh, that's another YA.
Yeah, I actually I watched the Maze Runner trilogy quite recently for some reason, because I just thought, I watched the first one when it came out, and I read the book, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it, I'll give it a go." I like Dylan O'Brien. I quite like him as an actor. Yeah, they're not great. Like,
Yeah.
they're just not. They're all right. Like,
They always felt like supplemental to me. Like it's just like, yeah,
They-
you can watch these. They're part of the genre.
yeah,
You
they're
know?
all right. Like, they don't really go anywhere
Yeah.
past the first one, in my opinion. They're like,
Yeah.
it's fine, whatever.
Yeah. Another person involved in this movie, writing wise, Matthew Robinson. And he was involved in the invention of lying, and live, die, repeat, and repeat, and obviously Love Monsters, which I was surprised to actually see someone who made a movie in 2009 in relation to this movie, because like it's a very fresh movie, like actor wise, writer wise, director wise. Like no one here
It-
has been around for a million years. Except
yeah.
for Michael Rooker, even, you
Our
know.
old Michael Rooks. I mean, this movie's been
Oh.
kicking around in development since like 2012, though.
Has it? Okay,
So,
fair enough.
Maybe I don't know if when the script was finalized, but I think it was. They had like an idea for it like years ago, and then they couldn't get anybody to
Not
do
that I
it.
don't
no.
yeah, not that I think it's a bad thing necessarily. It's nice to see like fresh people making a full movie like on a high platform. Like, I mean, this is more or less like a big-ish Hollywood movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would have been had it actually gotten its proper theatrical release. I think it would have done quite well because it's a good movie. The next step now, what usually happens when a like rookie director has a
Give me the Snyder cut.
No. He will be hired to make a superhero movie at some point, though.
Yeah.
That's what happens when like a rookie first time like director does like a good movie, and then they'll be like, Star Wars want Michael Matthews to make a fucking Rogue 2 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and actually talking about Star Wars, Jessica Yulee Henwick, she sorry, I just need to open up. She played Amy in the movie. She was an X-wing pilot in The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, which I found endearing. She's been in a lot of like nerdier stuff, like she's been Game of Thrones, X-wing's pilot.
Iron Fist.
She's been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, she's Iron Fist.
Yeah, Iron Fist.
She's not Iron Fist. She doesn't play Iron Fist. She was in Iron Fist. I quite like her in that. I actually like her as well as an actress. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, because she has a bit of like nerd credit here. Like, I hate that I said that, but
that's a very 2008 term.
Yeah, fucking nerds. But like it's cool seeing like this probably was a very good fit. Though I will say, probably would have liked to seen her more in this movie. She was very much like just an end cap to this whole thing.
Yeah, her character is kind of a plot device for most of it.
Yeah,
but
it really
we
is.
can talk about that.
But just acting alongside her, Matthew Robinson, who like anytime I mentioned him to anyone, they went, "Oh yeah, he's hot." He was in. No, sorry, not Matthew Robinson. I'm an idiot. Sorry, can we do that again? Acting alongside her is, of course, the main character, Dylan O'Brien.
Hey, you fucking got there.
Okay, do we do this again? Or?
No, we're not doing it again.
Okay, grand. Okay, sorry. Hey, by the way, I'm sure Matthew Robinson is a very handsome, lovely man.
Whoever he is.
Yeah. But Dylan O'Brien, every time I mentioned Dylan O'Brien today, went, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's hot."
Yeah, I have a friend of mine is like a huge Dylan O'Brien fan. Obsessed with him and everything from his Teen Wolf days. Shout out Teen Wolf.
What's the interesting thing? We have a mutual friend, and we were talking, and she's a big Teen Wolf fan. She was introducing that into our D&D stuff, and I thought you were talking about the original Teen Wolf series, like until I realized, like, oh wait, this is who she was talking about. Of course it was.
The movie, you mean? Like the
no, there was another TV show where like
the old one.
Yeah.
No,
I was thinking weird choice, but yeah, cool.
It's the MTV Teen Wolf thing, which was like Twilight with werewolves sort of thing. I watched it for like maybe 4 or 5 seasons, and then I was just like, I just can't do this anymore. But Dylan O'Brien is in that, and he's actually probably the high point of the whole show. To be honest, his character, he's really good in it.
Yeah.
So
okay, cool. Right. He's been in Teen Wolf. He's and he's been in the Maze Runner movies and this movie. I mean, he's been in other things as well, but I think this is what people know him for. You know, and I mentioned this before. He was a cameo, but he's more a cameo. 15 minutes in it, and that's Michael Rooker. You know, we all know him from The Walking Dead initially because that's how he got his massive popular fame, and that was only enhanced with Guardian of the Galaxy. He was, but he's done plenty of things before, like Criminal Minds, CSI Miami, Las Vegas Law.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know he was in The Walking Dead.
He's Daryl's bigger brother.
I didn't know Daryl had a brother.
First season.
I watched 2 episodes and went, this is shite, and I've never watched it
Okay,
since.
yeah. He got quite popular because of this, and he got killed quite early as well, and people were like, what? Well, yeah, he was quite popular for it. But yeah. So like it's always great to see him. He has that like southern charm to him, and you know, there's always a bit of a twinkle in his eye. Is that an expression that's used worldwide?
A twinkle in his eye? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah. If not, it's because in Ireland we inject metal into people's eyes that we like. Anyway, then there's like the last character I think that is anyway an actual character is Dan Ewing. He was in Superman Returns as an uncredited uni student.
You can give his big credit. We'll get that.
We'll get that. It's my turn. He was in Power Rangers. He played the Black Wolf RPM Ranger, and for his crowning achievement, Home and Away.
Home and Away.
Now, I'm more of a Neighbours kid.
Oh, you're a weirdo, man.
Nah.
Home and Away was the peak. It's not anymore. I haven't watched it in a long, long time. But my God, there was a period there where everybody I knew was watching Home and Away.
I mean, I watched it still, like, but yeah, it was on, like, because in Ireland at least, if you had just the terrestrial channels, you've watched Neighbours, then The Simpsons came on, and then Home and Away came on. Yeah. So you had to go through Neighbours to watch The Simpsons.
It's the same thing every evening.
Yeah, and it
5:30 to 7. Neighbours, The Simpsons, Home and Away.
You know what's mad that I didn't know at all, and you're going to say, fuck's sake, Dan. There were movies of Home and Away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought that was interesting. I
don't think they were like movies.
The TV movies.
Yeah, they were like special long episodes or whatever. Like they were like
there's a bunch of red carpet events in Hollywood.
It's not
Home and Away movie.
It's not like they like Downton Abbey. They did like a proper big movie theatrical Christmas release thing. They just were like a special hour and 20-minute long episode of Home and Away in which the River Boys have kidnapped Julie or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Or it's like, we have a little bit of money left from the last season. We're gonna just this special because there's a flood and we can like pay for someone rattling a piece of tin in the back to make it sound like thunder. But yeah, and that's pretty much the introduction to the movie. I think we should get into it.
I mean, what the hell is going on?
Now we have Joel. Well, I suppose we'll go and see how all this not zombie stuff, but I equated it to zombie stuff very quickly. There was an asteroid coming to Earth, and for the first time ever, humanity decided to work together, and they shot all their rockets off into space to destroy this asteroid, and it worked. Well, what's going on your face here? Go on,
keep going.
Okay, keep going. And the asteroid gets blown up, but all the chemicals from I think the asteroids and the rockets sprinkles down to Earth, and every creature except humans.
All cold-blooded creatures.
All cold-blooded creatures. Okay. Except humans. Am I right?
Except Americans.
No. Look, no. Everyone's working together now.
What?
You know, because this is the planet has worked together.
This is a sequel to Deep Impact. Yes, baby. That's where I was going for it. Woo! Yeah. That's what was going on with my face. I was just waiting to say
except they did say the asteroid was destroyed before. So
yeah, the second big one was destroyed in Deep Impact.
I don't believe it or not, I don't think you have a good basis here.
And actually he lives in Fairfield in California, which is on the west coast of America, which was unscathed by the first asteroid impact.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so this is a sequel to Deep
This is a
Impact.
sequel to Deep Impact. Nailed on. Thank you very much.
And yeah, and look, everyone, like, creatures start mutating, cockroaches go big and are able to attack tanks, and people are terrified. And a lot of these people then find someplace underground to survive. I think 95% of the population was wiped out by these monsters, and humans are just kind of living underground.
I remember it being something drastically high, to be honest.
Yeah, in like 2 months, it was like 95%.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me who went, hold on though. If it was that fast, who's keeping track?
I don't know. And also, if it was that high, like, I think the people we see in this movie might be like the only people in America.
Yeah, I guess.
That's all that's left.
I mean, hold on. So this was 350 million people in America? Not 350 people.
There's 350 people in America.
And they're awful loud, lads. But yeah, so you'd have what? 15. You'd have 15 million people left if 95% got wiped out. But again, that doesn't make it
was
just
95% of the planet.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. Are we going to go into this?
No, I'm just
country by country basis here.
I'm just saying there maybe most of them were in America that were. I don't know, dude. It was a joke. All right.
Okay. All right. Good joke, man.
Thanks. This is a sequel to Deep Impact.
Yeah. Just keep saying that. That's the funny one.
That's the good one. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But okay. So people have gone underground. Joel, our best boy, Dylan O'Brien, has been surrounded.
He's not best boy in this movie.
Okay. Boy, Dylan O'Brien. He lost his girlfriend, went to another place. She lives in Canada. You don't know her. And he went underground with this random group he met, and they're all in relationships. They're all awesome hunter, power beasts people at this stage. And Joel is sort of just, he tenses up every time he sees a monster. He can't control himself. He just freezes and he's fucked. So they kind of just basically look after him like a pet. Saying that, it's not like those like where they think, oh, you're useless, you're shit. They just say, look, you're not good at this thing, but we love you. Like that's a big thing in this. Like all these little communities are really open. We love each other. This is a family. And it's very sincere. It's quite lovely, really. And eventually Joel gets on radio and gets in contact with his girlfriend, Amy, who's 80 miles away on the coast somewhere. And he writes her
colony.
He draws.
Yeah, her colony is 85 miles away.
Oh, 85. Sorry.
Jesus, it's all coming back to me now.
Okay.
The specifics
I thought it was 80, but fair enough. But yeah, so he writes her letters. He talks to her. He draws pictures of monsters. He's apparently a really good chef.
He makes minestrone.
Minestrone, yeah. He like
that's all he does in the thing.
Yeah.
He milks the cow. He makes minestrone, and he fixes the radio.
Yeah, and I mean, look, this movie is not really relatable because like none of us have been like stuck in one place for a really long time trying to communicate through radio and letters to people we care about. It's very unusual, in this day and age. To have
I didn't
those
get
feelings.
I didn't get anything from that element of the film. To be
No,
honest.
yeah.
It
No.
I found it very alienating.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So look, he's kind of seen as the group, but eventually he makes a turn. He wants to go up to the surface, travel the 85 miles for 13 days?
7.
Okay, 7.
It's
It'll take me
exactly
13
a week.
days.
Exactly a week.
Okay.
Is what they tell him it will take him to get there.
Yeah, and honestly, if you didn't tell me, this movie could have easily been based off like a video game, because we see so many different creatures and like they get recorded into a book. And it's just like, it seems like fan pandering almost to creatures that we don't. It's just really inventive, maybe. That's it. Like the creatures are really interesting and inventive. And he tries to make it across. He meets a dog. He meets.
You are not skipping over that.
Yeah, who holds a lovely dress of his previous owner.
And he is best boy.
Okay,
and
okay.
His name is even Boy.
Boy. It is Boy. Okay. That's fair. Okay. He's not. Okay. I get where you're coming from now.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, Dylan.
I thought you thought the main character was a little bit nefarious and deserved to be called a nice
No,
person.
I'm just saying he's not best boy in this movie when there
Yeah.
is a dog called Boy.
Okay,
He's best boy, all right?
Yeah. I'm going to say something that's going to make Cozzy, like, hate me. He's a good doggo.
He's... Yeah, he is, yeah.
Say it. He's a good doggo.
No.
Go on.
No,
He's a good doggo, though.
He's a good dog. Here you go.
Anyway, that's as far as I get you. Anyway, okay. And look, his main mission is to find this girl and be with her. Like, that's what he wants more than anything. He puts behind the family he grew with these people. He's willing to put himself in danger just so he can be with his girl. I guess the story is that essentially it's not about her. It should be about him. His life should be about him. Yeah, that doesn't mean like she was wrong or bad or anything. Nothing to that. It's this obsession about being with her. What's the problem? It's this obsession about trying to hold on to things in this world when really you hold on to yourself and the people around you, and you move forward and you're brave in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, because they've been in this bunker for 7 years.
Yeah.
And he's still, I guess he was just holding on. Everybody else in the bunker was in love and in relationships. It was just him.
Yeah, and they moved on.
He was just like stuck holding on to his girlfriend from pre-apocalypse times.
Yeah.
And he thought that was what was going to help him, I don't know, fulfill himself and his life was, I need to be in a relationship. That's, don't relate to that either,
Yeah. I mean, look, that's a story as old as time. Like, I think we've all been in those moments where we think our relationship will validate us and make us feel better.
But I mean, this is it's a road movie then from there on out.
It is a road movie. It is. It's about him learning about himself, and it's all the monsters are cool, but it's really about take action, take control of your life, and be who you are, not who you are to other people. Like, yeah,
that's a fair point.
Yeah. So yeah, he meets characters like Michael Rooker, who goes on with this girl that I've forgotten the name of. I'm very sorry.
Oh my god, Minnow.
Okay, I didn't care for her.
Like Minnow,
I'm not a big fan
like
of child actors in general.
Little Minnow, and the actress's name is Ariana Greenblatt.
Well, she did a great job.
She's great in it, actually. Yeah, she's very good.
Yeah, and they just teach him how to like shoot an arrow better, and they tell him about some creatures, and one big message he said, like, not all the monsters are evil. You can see it in the eyes if they're good. Yeah,
they don't all just eat people. They're not all carnivorous people eaters. Like, they're just, some of them are still just.
But even then, the carnivorous ones, like the crab, for example, like which are very carnivorous, it understood, like it was suffering. It needs to be released. It needs help.
They're still animals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I suppose that that's another point of the story. Like in most of these post-apocalyptic things, how do humans become the monsters as well? We meet, Cap, who's this Australian boat guy. He used to be with the Navy.
Yeah, Mr. Home and Away.
Yeah, Mr. Home and Away. Yeah, and
even post Home and Away, he just can't get away from the beach.
Yeah, he can't. And doing like an Australian accent pushed to 11, like that's they really went, no, we need someone who's really Australian. It's like,
he's got to be Australian.
I mean, I am Australian.
I am Australian, mate. It's always a funny bit, isn't it?
Australians?
Just somebody being from Australia. That's hilarious always, isn't it?
I mean, I guess it's kind of the same, the Irish effect too.
The fact that people
like, haha, Irish.
The fact that's just their character sometimes. No, it's like fucking Captain Boomerang. Or I watched fucking Mortal Kombat at the weekend, the new one.
Oh, I watched it last night.
And your man in it, Kano, like he's just Australian. That's the bit. That's the joke. I'm Australian.
Also, not as threatening as a character, at least the actor, as I think they tried to imply. Like, I think they tried to make him seem like this tough guy. And he's like, nah, not really.
Just not really to all of it, to be honest.
yeah. Look, let's not get into a review of this movie, but what did you think of this movie in general?
I liked it. I've seen
Yeah.
it twice now. I watched
You
it. So it came out first October last year. I think it got released like video on demand.
Yeah.
So I watched it when it came out. Not sure. I don't know what even drew me to it. The trailer looked interesting, and I like Dylan O'Brien and I like Jessica Henwick. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just put it on." And I remember at the time really thinking, "This is really cool." I was like, "It's a bit like it reminded me a lot of Zombieland."
Yes, big time.
There's
Zombieland.
strong elements of Zombieland in it. I just thought it was a really nice movie, and then it got released on Netflix recently, and everybody was talking about it. And Dan said, "Hey, we should do Love and Monsters." I thought, "Yeah, cool, why not?" I like it. It's a good movie, so I watched it again. And watching it a second time didn't change my opinion. To be honest, it's still a good movie. I still quite enjoyed it. It's nice. It's pretty easy to watch. It's not like I was gonna say you don't have to
be massively invested.
It's not.
Like,
you can be invested in it. Like there is a lot of good character stuff and shit going on.
Yeah, but you don't
and
have to
people
be.
are
You
nice,
don't have to
but,
be like, oh, what's going on now? What's going on?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like you. The second time I watched it, I was doing something else while watching it. I'll
Yeah.
put it that way. You don't have to be like fully. It's a real easy to watch movie.
Yeah. I think one thing I really liked about, like I mentioned this before, but it was the monsters and the choreography they had with them, and I suppose the one that's like that was that weird carnivorous earthworm creature that was like digging under the ground, and he had to throw a grenade into its mouth as he jumped back into the river. Like that stuff was cool. Oh, and I mean, no, I leave that for that Jay's moment because everyone who watched the movie knows what I'm talking about next. Or like the crab fight on the beach. I thought that was really like done well. Like
I like the slug.
Yeah,
I liked the slug bit. That was fun.
The nice-eyed slug.
This movie was nominated for an Oscar
for what?
Best Visual Effects.
Yeah,
Didn't win, unfortunately, but it was got itself an Oscar nomination at the weekend.
I will say it's about a step under like photorealistic. Like it's close, but it's no cigar kind of. Oh, I guess no Oscar in this case. Yeah, but no, I really loved the visuals. I loved all the different, like there wasn't that the maggot pits where you'd fall in, and it's just like all these maggots would attack you, and
it was like the little baby worms from Tremors or something.
Yeah. Oh, I think the first proper monster we see, except for the ant that gets into their home, was the frog, as it slowly rolls out of the swimming pool in the back. Is where he met Good Boy.
Good Boy.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the movie.
Yeah. And look, most of this movie is him just kind of walking around, meeting people. Lovely scene with the robots. I can't remember the name of the robot now. Mavis, yes. Yeah, that was quite a lovely scene. Just because I think that's when he started growing a bit and understanding, like, maybe you should just
jellies, dude.
Yeah.
Sky jellies, dude.
Yeah.
And they played Stand By Me, wasn't it? That was the song they played?
So, yeah.
It was, when the night has come
is young
and the land is gone. Yeah, Stand By Me.
I always say it's young, not it's gone. When the night
has come,
young.
I think.
Has come, is it? Yeah.
Okay. I think, that's what I always, but I could be wrong too. Who knows? Great song, great movie.
Great movie. Yeah. So look, this movie doesn't have a huge amount of depth to it, but the most important message is, like, have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in the abilities and strengths you have. And a lot of this is, I guess, from his perspective, from Joe's perspective, is post-traumatic stress in a way. He saw his mother being killed right in front of him in a car, so he was never able to move on beyond that. And like you said, he just kind of held on to that brief 5 minutes before the end of the world, where he's with his girlfriend in the car, and they're about to get down with it.
And the last thing he said to her as well, because they separated. She went with her family, and I think they like tell each other they love each other for the first time. because they're
Yeah.
they're high school kids at the start of it, like when they're
Yeah, yeah.
together. But they say they love each other for the first time, and he says he's gonna come find her.
Yeah.
She says, "You better."
Yeah.
And
Which was
he
unfair to
does.
both of them.
He does, because he's like,
Yeah.
that's the last thing I have left of my actual life before the monsters took over. I need to find her.
Can I say one thing I really appreciated though? They could have made it so easy that when he arrived her, that she's just this bitch who now has some douchebag who loves her and she doesn't give a crap about him. But that's not really what it was. Like they said, she's here because she's looking after an older group of people.
She's basically working in a retirement community.
Yeah. Yeah, she basically is, yeah. And she, like, it's not that she doesn't care about him. It's just that she's needed here and he's needed elsewhere. And they could have easily gone like, okay, and he just, they'll never see each other again. But the implication was like, no, look, I still love you, kiss, but we have to do what we have to do separately. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of like when he arrives, she's kind of like, oh, well, this is awkward. I guess, we were talking on the radio or whatever, but I never thought you'd actually come here. Like,
and she almost said that it was nice to have someone who wasn't here. It was nice to talk to someone and forget about what happened.
She does mention, she tells him at one point that like she had moved on. Basically, she was with another fella and then he died or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's very like, oh, and he's kind of like, I'm an idiot. I'm a complete fucking moron.
Yeah.
This was the stupidest thing I've ever done. I'm just gonna leave now. Bye bye.
Yeah. Yeah, but like at the end, by the end, like they had to struggle to survive again, and they kind of copped on to themselves, and like they care about each other. I'm not sure if they're in a relationship or anything, but
no, well, they end with the same line as well.
Yeah,
she
find me.
Like reverse. She says, "I'll come find you," kind of thing, because they were all the colony is kind of wrecked, and
people moving north.
Joel's old colony is wrecked as well, and everybody's heading for the mountains to meet up with Minnow and Clyde Dutton, Michael Rooker.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose that's a nice return as well, that he wasn't chasing her anymore, and now he's willing
he's a hero
to let
now.
someone chase him once,
He is a hero now.
Yeah.
He's had his hero moment. He saved the world, got the girl.
Yeah. I suppose we can go to our Jesus moment. Well, I mean, I kind of hinted at my Jesus moment, so I'll get that one out of the way. It's after he fights that weird earthworm thing, comes out of the river, and he's covered in leeches all over his body, and he has to find each and every single one. And ever since having watched Stand By Me, I have a deep fear of that. I am
going swimming and being covered in leeches. Yeah, I used to do it as well when if you go swimming in a river or something when we were younger.
Yeah,
I'd always when I get out just have a little look to make sure there's no leeches on me. I don't even think we have blood-sucking leeches in this country.
Especially because if you Stand By Me, they make a point that one of the leeches is stuck somewhere particular in that movie. So, as a guy, you're just like, oh God. So that was my odd jizz, because it very much worked on one of my fears. And yourself?
I don't. I maybe the tripping balls scene where he like eats is it a berry or something he eats? Or
the dog warns don't eat his berry because there's a weird fetus creatures inside it.
Yeah, I think in general, my Jesus moment is not anything weird. It's just the dog.
You just like the dog.
I just love him. I love him so much. He's so cute. And he doesn't look like your typical, like he's not like a golden retriever or something that they put in.
No, he's like some German Shepherd mix thingy.
He's definitely a cross between something. Yeah. And his name, the dog's name in real life is Hero.
Oh.
And he is my hero. And Dylan O'Brien tweeted like a picture of the two of them on set recently or something, saying that he misses them and all this stuff. So they were actually like close and stuff. I love, you put a smart dog in your movie, I'm going to love it. And he's just great. I like
dogs are just great.
It's cool that his name was just Boy, like as well. It's just nice. He's a really good dog actor. He's so good in this.
Yeah, Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
just
was
love
a
him.
diva on set, but
He
we
was an
won't talk about
asshole
that.
apparently to the crew.
Yeah,
Trying to put him in makeup was just a nightmare apparently. But he's just,
yeah.
I don't know. I just like
It's
him.
actually a golden retriever originally. They have to put him in
That's
makeup
what
for
the
it.
visual effects Oscar nomination is for. But he's great. I just love him. He's so good. He's such a good boy.
Yeah. And also, thank God they didn't do that thing in these movies where like they need to get the sad note, so they kill the dog.
I was waiting for it, man. I was
Yeah, it happens
geared
every
in.
time.
I was like, dude, they're gonna kill the dog, aren't they? The boy is gonna die. No, he didn't. He's still a good dog.
No. Yeah. And actually, like, everything kind of turns out well. Like, everyone's on a journey now to a better place. Everyone's a bit braver, a bit more trusting in the people around them. Because I suppose the big part of the movie that made a point that all of humanity got together to destroy this robot. So, arguably, after that, if it wasn't for weird insects going crazy, like humanity would have been like in a golden era of cooperation for the first time ever. But then monsters happened, which isn't ironic. God, I wish monsters could happen so we could reunite as a species, even if we've killed 95% of us. Because apparently COVID couldn't do it.
No, apparently not. You probably still have fucking idiots saying the monsters aren't real. They're trying to control us with 5G. Fuck off.
Yeah. 5G towers caused this.
Yeah. Bill Gates is injecting us with monsters.
Oh God, anyone who listens anti-mask or like conspiracy theories in that regard, you're an idiot, and please do fuck off. I mean, usually it's Cosby's turn to say these things, but I am not on board anymore.
I think that's the first time you've ever told a group of people to fuck off.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I've done it several times. And
you are directly linked to people having died. Go fuck yourselves.
I would like to back Dan on this also.
Yeah, me having to be stuck in a fucking house for a year, 2 years. I haven't seen like Owen in real life like over a year now. I didn't come home for Christmas.
Were you home the previous Christmas? I don't think so
No.
either. So it's been maybe 2 years.
Yeah, and that's insane. Like, yeah. So I blame each and every single one of you. And to everyone else who's been wearing a mask and been acting like a responsible human being, I love you, I respect you, and I'm glad I shared the plan with you. Anyway, let's go to our final thoughts.
Yes, Mr. Frodo. It's over now.
Right, so today's podcast has been a bit more of a conversational one. And I think it's not because of the quality of the movie. The movie's great, but very laid back, by numbers movie that just has a lot of heart, a lot of cool things in it. But outside of that, there's not much to talk about. But what do you think of the movie? What are your thoughts on it? Was it worth watching? Would you watch it again?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to see a sequel? Do you want to see more of the world?
I was just about to say, because they do leave it open for a sequel at the end. The ending is very kind of, I mean, it's a quite a hopeful, like, Joel gives a big speech over the radio telling humanity, hey, we can survive on the surface, we're okay, we're going to be all right, kind of thing. And you see a bunch of people leaving their shelters and heading for the mountains, and then it ends on Michael Rooker and Minnow, who are already in the mountains. They've heard the radio thing and they're like, he's never going to make it. Basically. So it's kind of open for that. I don't know if the sequel would be another road movie of him trying to get to the mountain, or if they just kind of skip that bit and have them in the mountains already, or
a community already. Yeah.
Like
I will say one thing, like that is a like post-apocalyptic thing that happens in these movies a lot, where they're on a journey to somewhere safe. They finish it, and it's never done for a sequel necessarily. It's just a there could be hope.
I mean, it's always a thing in all of these movies, in like zombie movies and these kind of things. It's like somebody has heard a rumor that there's a safe haven in fucking wherever, I don't know.
Yeah, Disneyland,
Disney World, Disneyland Paris has been ruined by PC culture. It's a safe haven against the zombies, unless you're Zack Snyder. And Las Vegas is miserable. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think I like it. It's a good movie. It's a nice watch. It's pretty casual to watch. Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's very casual. Do you think there's any hardcore fans of this movie?
Maybe not yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably people who really liked it. I don't know if there's anyone who was like going fucking crazy saying it should have won Best Picture or something. But like, yeah, it's good. I know it's a good movie. I liked it.
I'd love a TV sequel to this. And you don't even have to have the main characters in it. You could have a whole new cast.
Yeah, you can just do an anthology type thing of
that'd be cool.
set in this.
You know,
yeah, it's gonna be cool. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm excited. I like the main thing for me is I think the cast. Honestly, I really like. I think Dylan O'Brien is.
very.
I'm
charming,
sure this has
very
been
fun,
said
nice.
before, but he's like the next Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and that's kind of the feel I was getting from a lot of this movie. It's all very green still, like greenhorn, but like it's growing. Like they're going to be big. All of them, genuinely. I can see Jessica Lee Henwick as well. She was really great in this as well.
Her next movie is The Matrix 4.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, there you go. And I
she's
really
on the way
hope
up.
Dan Ewing gets like another Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, Dan Ewing, I hope so. Yeah, but Jessica Henwick, I think she's great, honestly. I like her in this as well, to be honest. I think it's cool because she's quite accomplished when it comes to martial arts and stunts and things like that. So I think
And
in
action movies are super popular right now.
and like in this movie, she had to act as if she wasn't. Because her character wasn't supposed to be, which is kind of an interesting flip on things that she's done previously. She had to kind of pretend that she wasn't that good at like stunts and stuff like that. Dylan O'Brien does all his own stunts.
Fair
just
play.
like Tom Cruise. He actually like almost died filming The Maze Runner 3. Like a stunt went wrong, and I think he was wrote off for a long time. So this was kind of his comeback thing. But he's still back in the saddle, does his own stunts and stuff. So he's
and I really hope that Michael Rooker gets this option.
I mean, as long as James Gunn is still making movies, Michael Rooker will have a career.
Hey, look, Michael Rooker is also great.
Yeah, he's cool.
I really like Michael Rooker.
He's in the Suicide Squad, isn't he?
Is he? Oh.
Yeah, it's a James Gunn movie. Of course he's in it.
Look, I don't know. Usually James Gunn just adds his brother to every movie.
Yeah, his brother and Michael Rooker, his dad. All right, that's it.
I can't wait until they do like a Johnny Depp situation where it becomes a meme.
I think it probably is already, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if Michael Rooker was in Scooby-Doo. You think he was? I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But like, I get it. Like, he's a very characterful personality. Like, he has a very sort of pointy personality.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not like it's not like I'm making fun of James Gunn for it. It's not a James Gunn only thing. A lot of directors have like certain actors and actresses that they go back to all the time. You know what I mean? Like Scorsese and De Niro, or Scorsese and Pacino, maybe.
I mean,
no,
look,
not Pacino. What the fuck, man?
as much as we're joking,
Michael
Michael Rooker was easily my favorite part of both Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Quentin Tarantino and Samuel L. Jackson. There you go. There's another. There was one.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I loved him, Guardians of the Galaxy in general. I thought he was the best part, frankly.
But I don't know. See, I really like the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think he's great in that. I just am not a big fan of the second Guardians of the Galaxy in general. So, you know, it's not that he's not a reason why I don't think. I just, as a whole, I wasn't a big fan of that movie.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. I actually, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know my opinions. I'll readdress them. But yeah, and I think that's it pretty much from us today. What movie are we watching next week?
Well, it was a big week for movies, Dan.
Oh my God! I'm telling you, you would talk so much about the Oscars.
A big week for movies.
Up to it.
Big week for movies.
I completely forgot on the night that it happened. I was just next day seeing one of my friends on Facebook sharing them.
We discussed like briefly last week if we were going to do some sort of Oscar recap type thing.
Yeah.
And the last thing said on it was, me to Dan, sure, have a think about it there. We'll talk about it. And then it was kind of just shit.
We didn't think about it. We didn't talk about it.
Shit kind of just got in the way, and then the Oscars were on at the weekend. So big week for movies. The Oscars were on. So we're going to be talking about, we're going to watch the Best Picture winner, Nomadland. And maybe use that as a stepping point to talk a little bit about the Oscars in general and that kind of
Looking
stuff.
forward to it.
Um,
It'll be
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't any big, massive surprises at it. The usual slight controversy surrounding one award in particular, but
yeah, I heard.
weird ceremony. So yeah,
Yeah.
Nomadland, Chloe Zhao, Best Director, Best Picture winner, Best Actress winner for Frances McDormand of Darkman fame.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, that's next week. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do Nomadland. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen it yet. I normally I try every year to make a point of watching as many of the Best Picture nominees as I can. This year I've slacked completely, and I've seen one of them, and that's Sound of Metal, which is an amazing movie. But I haven't actually gotten around to watching any of the rest of them, to my shame.
Okay, fair enough. I think I stopped caring about the Oscars about 2011. But
Well, you're not the only one, because the viewership figures have been in steady decline, and this year set a new record all-time low for viewers.
yeah, which is weird during like the pandemic is still kind of happening. Like there's still people staying indoors. You know, they went nah.
Nobody
grand,
gave
thanks.
a fuck.
Yeah. Which I mean, look, it's the trend of times. We're stuff still coming up. We're still putting stuff together for streaming, which is coming to you quite soon. We'll give you a big old warning, not a warning. We'll give you a big heads up. Yes, that's a better way to say it. A big heads up on social media.
A warning, hey
about when we're
guys, we're starting streaming this Friday, so you might want to be somewhere else for that.
Yeah, punk, don't let me see you on my fucking stream,
Watch you
alright?
in my Twitch chat, you know.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and it's always been a pleasure watching these movies with Owen and discussing it with you and getting your feedbacks. And we'll see you next week.
Asherlow. It's a big rant.